Okay, the 12-2 work together. A little bit going on here than what there was in section 1. On this one, you're going to figure out the tax withholdings out of a paycheck. So on this one, we'll be using the pink chart on pages 247, or 347 and 348. And if you notice, this one is the chart you'll use for single people, and then this one is the one you'll use for married people. And then a couple other steps we're going to use are the Social Security rates, the 6.2%, and the Medicare tax rate. So the first thing that would probably be easiest to do, so you don't have to keep flipping back and forth. You notice on your first column is going to be your federal withholding tax. That's what you use the pink charts for. The second one is the Social Security tax withholding. So that one's you're going to need a calculator for that, and that's by the percentage. So you see here that's 6.2%. Slide that down. 6.2%. So what could be done to make this easier for this one is just write 6.2% up here. At the top of your Social Security column. And then the next one, try to make this down. Should have your book out for this too, so you can follow along. Because I know this is not the easiest to see. It's a tiny bit blurry a little bit. Might not be exact, but your Medicare tax rate is 1.45%. So at the top of your Medicare tax withholding column, you can write 1.45%. So you know that's what you'll need to multiply the earnings by each one of these percentages to fill in these boxes once we get to that step. So let's go back here to the instructions. I'm just going to read through these once and then flip back to the other pages because we won't need to look at this again. For each employee, determine the federal income tax that must be held using the withholding tables. Those are the pink tables. And then the next step is to calculate the amount of Social Security and Medicare tax that's withheld with the percentage rates. So we'll see. Don't need any more of that. So the first one we've got is Eric Bates. He's married. He has 2 dependents. There's what his earnings are. So he's married. So we've already got the chart right here. So he's Eric Bates is married with 2 allowances. So looking at the pink chart on 348, and this is for married people. So if you look across the top of the chart, here's how many dependents or allowances that each employee would have. So here's the column for 2 allowances. And then the next thing you look for, you can do this in either order, just whatever's easiest for you. You can either look at the allowances first and then earnings, or you can look at earnings and go down the list here for the earnings and then go over to the right to the appropriate column. So either way is fine. What you see as earnings is $1,090. So we'll go here to where you're going to look for the at least number. So going down the list here, you get at least 1,090. So here we go. We found the at least. $1,080, and then the next one over says, but less than, so less than $1,100. So obviously 1,090 falls into that category. So then, remember, we're column 2. So it shows here that he's going to have $50 for federal withholding. So we'll put 50 right there. So then the next one is the Social Security. So that's 6.2%. So if you go back to the math, 6.2% would be 0.06, because 6 for the 6%, then you've got the 2, so 0.062 times 1,090. $67.58. So that's going to go there, $67.58. And then we have the Medicare tax of 1.45%. So that's going to be 0.01 is on the scale. 0.01 is 1%. And 45 times 1,090. 1090. $15.80. Which you've got the third decimal out here, the 5. 5 or higher, you round up, so it's going to be $15.81. So 15.81. So that's that for Eric Bates. So the next one we've got is Cohen. He's single. So the single chart is on the previous page. So he's single. Total earnings $840. So we want to get the number that's going to be the range where 840 is going to fit between the at least and less than. So going down the line. Okay. We have, looks like 840 is going to be right on one of the indicators. So 820, but less than 840. Okay. He made 840, not less than 840. So this is where it's kind of, a tad bit confusing at first. So since he landed right on the line, he didn't make less than 840. He made right at 840. So then you go one down, at least 840, but less than 860. So he made at least $840. So I'll be sure to keep those in mind whenever if you ever have any question about when it lands exactly on the line. At least, but less than. Make sure you gotta take those absolutely literally. So he's got number of withholding allowances or dependents 1. So you just see the first column is for 0, and obviously the next one's 1. So here we have $77. So that's 77. And then once again, we've got 840 times 0.062 for Social Security, $52.08. And then we've got 840 times 0.0145, $12.18. Excuse me. Then we got the next one down. Grimes. Married. So we'll go back to the next page. So she made 1,020. So we'll go down our list here. 1,020. And once again we see, just like in the last one, 1,020 lands right on the bottom range mark. So the key word is at least. So she made at least $1,020. And she has 3 dependents on here. So we'll go over to the 3 column. So 1,020, the 3 dependents, $31. So if you notice, the top one, Bates had 2 dependents, $50 was taken out. She's got 3 dependents, so she has less taken out. So the dependents could be 3 kids. Excuse me again. 3 kids. She's married. Under some circumstances, a spouse could count as dependent. So that's where the dependents, typically, that's children. But that's the only thing that changes, because she still is going to have the same percentage taken out for Social Security and Medicare tax. And if you remember back, your Social Security, that's what kind of goes into your government retirement. Your government retirement withholding fund. And then, so eventually, technically, you're supposed to get that money back later on when you hit retirement age or disability. So that's why that number never changes. And then your Medicare tax, it never changes either unless it's mandated by, unless the government changes the rate. Medicare tax, that pays for people that are retired that are on Medicare. That's once you hit 63, I think it is 63 or 65. I can't remember which one it is exactly. That you are on Medicare. So that's what that money pays for. So obviously it currently pays for the current people on Medicare, and then once you get old enough to get Medicare, if it's still around, it'll pay. That's the people that are working and paying Medicare tax will be paying for you. So 1,020, oops, let's clear that out, last one out. 1,020 times 0.062, $63.24. And then your Medicare, times 0.0145, $14.79. And then we've got our last one, shared key, single. Now, one thing that you can do, oh, never mind, sorry. So, she's single, $980. So we'll go down our chart here for the money, 980. Okay, here we go. We've got it at least. Have to go one up because she wants over 980 and 1. So at least 980. So here we are for her. So 980, 2 dependents, 2 allowances. So we've got in the 2 column, $79. So we'll put 79. And the other thing that you notice are the 2 single people have higher rates. So, unofficially, that's kind of a way that the government encourages encourages people to get married. It's an unwritten thing, but when you draw inferences from that, it's kind of how that works out. So then we've got the 980 times 0.062, $60.76. And then 980 times 0.0145, $14.21. Okay. So there you have it. 12-2 work together. Next up's on your own. You work on your own. And if you have any questions, just let me know. Turn in your worksheet when you are done.